Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is what you don't see coming for the week of June 14th, 2026. It is a collective general reading. So as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it is meant for someone else to hear. And please check your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And if you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. And of course, if you are a Gemini sun sign, I'd like to wish you a very happy birthday. With all of that said, now let's begin. We're tapping into the Gemini collective now. Hope my mic is on. It is. Okay. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Gemini not see coming for the week of June 14th, 2026? One more shuffle here. Thank you. What do we not see coming this week? Karmic, some type of karmic connection here. The bottom of the deck, girl fight. So it could be an argument here with someone. Tell me more about this here, please, for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Why is this? Karmic contract, something they do not see coming this week. One more shuffle here. Thank you. In your energy for the week ahead, as you saw, Queen of Wands jumped out of the deck. 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, and the Page of Swords. What is happening here? Situation, environment, or connection you're dealing with. Ace of Wands, 7 of Wands, and the Lovers. Chariot, the Moon, and the Page of Cups. All right, let's get some cards here on the table. Gemini, Queen of Wands. Why is the Queen of Wands here in your energy this week? Why is the Queen of Wands here for Gemini? One more shuffle. Thank you. Queen of Wands, clarified by 2 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Cups. 5 of Pentacles. Why is the 5 of Pentacles here? One more shuffle. Thank you. 5 of Pentacles, clarified by 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. Didn't I tell you last week not to make a move? I said you're waiting for something. There was something like you were waiting. Something went quiet between you and another person, or they were like indecisive or undecided. Like something wasn't moving with a professional, platonic, or romantic connection in your life. I was like, hang tight. So if that was your reading, then I feel like this is a continuation. Typically, the tarot readings are not like a soap opera, right? It's not like we just continue, but this must be the energy of the collective for those of you who do follow the channel. So I feel like this is a pickup from last week's reading. 5 of Swords. Why is the 5 of Swords here? One more shuffle. Thank you. 5 of Swords is clarified by 4 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Swords, and the Page of Swords. Tell me about this. Communication. We now have the message and the messenger here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Page of Swords, clarified by 9 of Wands, 4 of Wands, and the 3 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. The conversation, offer, communication, opportunity that you were waiting on last week is coming in this week. So there was something here. Remember I told you not to do anything. Queen of Wands, 2 of Swords, like don't make a decision. And some of you had responded back in that video and you're like, oh no, I already did it. It's okay. It's coming back around again this week. So whatever dispute you had last week with someone, or you weren't seeing eye to eye with them or something like that, there's a revisiting, okay? And I don't know who this person is to you. There's 2 of Cups. It could be a friend, family member, a lover, your boss, coworker, client, vendor. It's whoever you had that issue with last week and you didn't really know what to do about the conversation, or like there was something here like, I can't remember that reading, and I should because I'm a Gemini sun sign. But there was something like something wasn't progressing forward. Something was becoming increasingly difficult. I feel like you started detaching, emotionally detaching from the situation because you were feeling so like, oh, I'm never going to get an answer here. This just isn't going anywhere. So again, whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic, I think there was a little bit of an emotional detachment here between you and this person. 5 of Pentacles. We go from 5 of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold, feeling like there was something unsatisfactory here in that particular connection, to suddenly this week receiving communication from this person. So suddenly there is this attempt, if you will, to talk to you about working together, collaborating together, something like that. There's this person like now wants to connect with you, build with you, kind come together with you. So that Five of Swords that you experienced, that Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, I feel like this still hasn't been fully addressed, and it doesn't look like it's getting addressed this week. I mean, this person is reaching out to you, which is a good sign, because some of you wanted movement, or you just wanted to know what the heck you were supposed to do about it. But there's something here where you're still holding on to the heartache that occurred, that Three of Swords, the Five of Swords. So whatever that argument was, or the disagreement, there's something here like you're trucking along. I give you credit. You're a lot stronger than people give you credit for in that Nine of Pentacles. But I still feel here like this week, you're still holding on to the pain of whatever occurred last week between you and this person. But here comes communication. Page of Swords, clarified by the Nine of Wands, the Four of Wands, and the Three of Wands. I feel like this is the communication that you were waiting for, expecting, hoping for, almost about to give up on. I feel like this person went from like blocking the communication, the contact, the answer, the conversation, to now suddenly making a choice to want to have the conversation. Tell me about this person's energy. They could be a fire sign. They could be another Gemini, but it's a general collective reading. Take it how it resonates to you. Tell me more about this person. Tell me more about this person. One more shuffle. Thank you. More about this person. The Moon, Cancerian energy, Death card, Scorpionic energy, Ten of Cups. There you go. Bottom of the deck, Six of Swords. Coming your way for a conversation. This person wants to revisit whatever transpired here between you and them. They're hoping for the best. They're preparing for the worst. It really depends on how receptive you will be to the conversation or communication that they want to have with you. This is happening in the energy of the new moon in your sign, which is on the 14th, but that's a super moon. So it's going to be with us for a while. So I would expect this any day this week, but most likely within the first 4 days of the week, Sunday to Thursday, Sunday to Wednesday, something like that. Six of Swords, Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, King of Wands, King to the Queen of Wands here. So it could be for some of you love partner, but it doesn't have to be. Whoever you had that issue with last week, it looks like they're coming in, maybe an apology or some type of conversation, wanting to clear the air between you and them. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. That was a pretty clean reading there. Aries was a little bit more complicated, as was Taurus. But so I thank you, Gemini, for a cleaner, smoother read. So I would expect communication, something like that, from an individual that you had this argument with or something like that. Oh, right behind that we have love. Okay. So someone that you love or you care for or respect, you, or you have great self, like you respect them or something like that. So it could even be your boss for some of you with the pentacles that are on the table. But let's get you 3 cards of advice for when this conversation takes place this week. One more shuffle. Thank you. 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, and the Star, bottom of the deck, the Tower. I don't think you see this conversation, communication that's coming in. It is the attempt here to want to heal this connection with you. But if you're still holding on to that 4 of Swords, it's going to make healing a little bit difficult. So I would discuss, or I should say 5 of Swords, because this is what's in your energy, and that's the 5 of Swords. So if you're going to look at that, 4 of Pentacles to the 5 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles to the 5 of Swords. So if you're going to still hold on to this, then there'll be very little movement when it comes to healing. So your advice here is to discuss this. There's a need here to discuss about what transpired, how you felt, how they felt. That's true healing here in the connection. The Tower, the 4 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, all the worries, the doubts, the confusion that you had, that they have. 8 of Wands, the Devil, Justice card. Yeah, something toxic here occurred between you and them. And maybe for some of you, it's like a pattern that occurs over and over again. But I love that Justice is there. I love that Temperance is there. The Star card is there. So healing is here if both of you are willing to discuss what transpired. And if you're both open to hearing how it made the other one feel. But yeah, the road to reconciliation or recovery is here for you this week, Gemini. That is what I have for you for the week ahead. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video on your mobile device if you're able to do that. And don't forget to check out your other placements. Until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.